And I welcome the opportunity to speak on this very important bill. This bill has the capacity to really change people's lives. I'm sure all members in this House have been contacted by constituents who are struggling to repay untenable mortgage payments, and I'm certainly well aware of it myself. It is another legacy issue from the Celtic Tiger, the effects of which have been particularly corrosive for many families. In my own home constituency of Wicklow, I've been contacted by people living in Bray, Greystones, Wicklow, Arklow, Blessington, and indeed right across the county. This demonstrates that it is not an isolated problem, not one confined to any particular area or any particular street. It is clear that fault lies with the bankers and their very close friends in Fianna Fáil. I cannot conceive as to why this gross property bubble was allowed to develop, why a political party would put developers and bankers to the fore ahead of the very people they were elected to serve. The Labour Party recognised this when it criticised in our manifesto the policy of putting the interests of big developers and the banks ahead of people looking to purchase a modest home. This was a direct cause of Ireland's disastrous property boom and bust. I am still angry at Fianna Fáil and their banking and developer friends. I'm angry that no banker and no politician has gone to jail for what are and were crimes against the state. They betrayed this country. I find it quite despicable, quite disgraceful, having to listen to what's left of Fianna Fáil speak with mock indignation on their shallow criticisms of this government. They have demonstrated without any doubt their sheer inability when it comes to running an economy. What shame there is on them for allowing the Troika into this country. They can clearly never be trusted again. So this leaves us as a government cleaning up the mess they left behind in the best way we can. And we have made progress on this. The Personal Insolvency Bill is part of this progress. I do think that it will be of great benefit to the many families who have need of it, and it delivers on another promise in the programme for government to give more protection for homeowners with distressed mortgages. In tackling the heart of the problem, the government sought the views of the Oireachtas Committee on Justice, Defence and Equality. And as Vice Chair, I was more than happy to facilitate hearings on this important bill, and the report that was compiled has greatly helped in developing the legislation. The bill outlines a number of avenues that can be pursued by people in debt. 3 non-judicial debt resolution processes are detailed. The first option is that of the debt relief notice, which will look to help people who have unsecured debt of €20,000. The second option is that of the debt settlement arrangement on unsecured debt, with a supervision period of over 5 years. The third option is that of the personal insolvency arrangement. This last option will look to secure debt of up to 3 million, although an agreed settlement can go higher with the agreement of all creditors. These options are welcome then, and I look forward to the establishment of the Insolvency Service of Ireland, which will act as a point of contact for insolvency measures. I hope then that when this bill is formally passed and the technical and structural mechanisms are put in place, that a greater fairness and balance will be brought home to those in financial difficulty. So far, many banks have shown little regard to this fairness. And I must say I'm particularly angry at the permanent TSB in the way that they have treated their customers. I have received, like other TDs, many criticisms of banks from constituents, but the one that I have a great disdain for is the permanent TSB. They sometimes give the appearance of addressing the needs of their customers, but that's all it is, an appearance. I know they have customers who are struggling to repay loans, and I know in reality that this bank doesn't give a tuppenny damn about them. I very much hope that this legislation can in some way help these constituents in particular, because it would appear that the permanent TSB won't on their own. I look forward then to the implementation of this legislation, although I would like to ensure that when it is passed, that all bases are covered and that there are no inherent flaws. Hopefully we will see this enacted and the processes put in place in the autumn, and we can then seriously help the thousands of people who are just about keeping their heads above water. Thank you, Cain Comhairle.
Thank you.